Trump would love to have a crown on his head.
That makes me happy to see the American flags. If they're up because Trump's coming, then no.
Donald and Melania Trump have arrived in the UK, and on Wednesday they'll head 20 miles west of London to here, the picturesque town of Windsor. They'll be greeted by the Prince and Princess of Wales before a formal welcoming from the King and Queen. A royal salute will then be fired on the east lawn of Windsor Castle, where the President and his wife are staying. After lunch, they'll lay a wreath on Queen Elizabeth II's tomb at St George's Chapel, almost exactly 3 years on from her passing. The day will be capped off by a royal banquet at the castle, a state visit tradition dating back almost 300 years. But how is this town of just over 150,000 residents preparing to welcome the most powerful man in the world? I spoke to some local councillors and businesses on how they're getting Windsor Trump ready.
So obviously in Windsor we're really used to hosting these kind of royal occasions, and there's usually a massive buzz around the town as the flags get put up, as businesses get told what streets are going to be open and where people might be gathering and congregating. It has been a little bit different this time. It's a bit more subdued. There's been a huge security effort. We've been working in joint with the local police, Thames Valley Police, and all the other local authorities and everything in the area to make sure that this visit goes off really smoothly. We're not totally sure how this one's going to be. President Trump's quite a controversial figure, so I'm not sure how many people will be coming out in support of him.
I personally think that it's the Prime Minister should not have put the King in this position.
And why is that?
We really like His Majesty here. I don't want to see him somehow tainted by association with Donald Trump. We know that that there is a national interest at play here, so we get that. But we think it's wrong that the Prime Minister has rolled the red carpet out to the leader of the supposed leader of the free world, at a time when, especially what's happening in Gaza and Ukraine, the President could be doing so much more.
For us, it's fantastic. We have a really reliable, steady stream of tourists coming to visit the castle, and visitors and well-wishers. As I said, it's really nice to try and strike that balance between the local economy, people who live here, and actually tapping into that tourist footfall as well, which seems to be back to almost like pre-COVID levels now. There's a lot more police activity, a lot more visible police activity and armed police force, a lot of searches of the little nooks and crannies. I know people who work in the castle who are about as displeased as you can be, but it's our job. You know, like I said, we don't get to pick who we look after, which dignitaries we get to have visiting, so it's out of our hands.
Hundreds of police have been stationed across the town, American flags line the streets, and queues of tourists are already overspilling onto the pavements. So what do people in Windsor think of the presidential visit?
I think it's a bit controversial. I'm not sure that the timing is great, but it is what it is.
I've seen a lot more police in boats going up and down.
That makes me happy to see the American flags. If they're up because Trump's coming, then no.
So have you noticed an increased police presence? Yeah. Good timing, yeah.
Well, it's a difficult one for Keir Starmer and his mates to forge. All I say is I wouldn't like to be in their position.
Trump would love to have a crown on his head.
I think he's doing a great job in America. I wish that some of the thought processes and some of the ideas that he has and that we could have in this country.
There is a lot of police around.
Yeah, there were loads up there earlier, and people with they had high vises on with police searcher on it and things like that. Usually there are a few around, but not as much as today, at least.
It's not the first and definitely won't be the last politically significant event taking place here. And although Trump's visit is largely being kept behind closed doors, it's certainly making its mark on the town of Windsor.